Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going over the dolphin flip or the forward flip, just practicing them, playing around with them. Just wanted to give a few tips on them. This is basically how I set up for it. It's very similar to how I set up for a varial flip because they're very similar. In fact, I like to think of a dolphin flip as just an inverted varial flip. That's pretty much what it is. And if you go back and look at my video on varial flips, which I can put in the description below, you'll see that there's a lot of similarities between them. The only real difference is that a dolphin flip is more inverted, whereas a varial flip, of course, you're going to focus on, getting it, flipping the kick flip and the pop shove it, and you can focus on doing it more horizontally, whereas forward flip or the dolphin flip is going to go vertically more, and it's going to look more like a nollie hard flip when you do it. And the way to get this is to, first I like to set up pretty much just like I would for a varial flip, but the main difference is that instead of trying to scoop it, I'm just going to pop more straight down, and everything is going to rely pretty much on the front foot here. And a lot of people like to say, just slide up off the front, directly off the nose. But what does that really do? A lot of people, if they try this, they get kind of lost, and they're like, how do I make it go vertical and flip it the way I want? Because if you just flip straight off the front like this, you could just get a tweaked kick flip, and the board comes up, hits you in the shin. You don't know where to start or how to really get that strange looking flip going. But I think the key is not to just flick directly up off the nose. It's to really flip off the nose and kind of throw a little curveball, like just kind of flip off and into this direction a little. So get it going off the nose and spinning a little forward in this direction. And what that does is it gets it going downward into that sort of nollie hard flip look that you want it to have. And when you do this correctly, it's not going to feel like the tail is coming up to credit card you. It's going to feel like it's going a little bit more behind you. And that's what you're going to see when I'm messing with the flip here. You'll see that I'm, playing around with it, and the tail end of the board actually feels like it's kind of going behind me more as I pop, flick. It's going to go a little bit more behind you, while the front end of the board starts curving in this direction. And that's how you get the forward flip going. It's just an inverted varial flip. That's the easiest way that I like to think of this trick. So play around with it, set up like you normally would for a varial flip, but just, pop straight down and start messing with that front foot and give it that little curved flick, going up off the nose and then kind of curving it in this direction, letting the board kind of go behind you a little bit. It helps for me to focus on moving the back foot out of the way and letting it go behind me. That's how I like to think of this trick. Those are the two things that really help me out. Instead of thinking that you need to go straight up off the nose, because it can be kind of misleading in that sense. You don't know what to expect. It feels like you're just doing a tweaked kick flip and the board's not going to really go anywhere. So it really helps to get that curved motion going. But those are my tips on the dolphin flip. Think of it as an inverted varial flip. Don't worry so much about just flicking straight off the nose. Try to give it a little curve like you would for a varial flip, and just, even if it just flips like a regular varial, when you first start trying it, start playing around with it and getting a little bit more confidence, letting it go behind you a little more, and slowly but surely you should start to see that proper flick that you want for the trick. So those are my tips on it. Let me know what you guys think below, what tricks you want me to cover as always, and I will see you next time.